So this just in, ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Ulberg and Dominick Reyes are going to be competing against one another at UFC Perth. Now, what a crazy turn of events for Dominick Reyes. Who would have ever thought that this guy going into a crazy losing streak would then go in a crazy win streak and then be in the title conversation picture? He just needs maybe one more win, one more solid win, and we could potentially be seeing Dominick Reyes fighting for the title at light heavyweight. That is insane. I would have never thought that we would see Dominick Reyes be in the title shot conversation. It's been an uphill battle for him ever since he lost to Jon Jones. He went into that losing skid. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing Dominick Reyes yet again in the title conversation. And honestly, it feels really, really good. I'm so happy for him, that he is now, maybe potentially one more win away from fighting for the title. What a crazy turn of events for his career. Now, this is a super tough matchup for both guys. I mean, personally, I do think that it's a little bit of a toss-up. I really wouldn't know who to go for in this fight. Some people are going to say that the Jan Blachowicz win was pretty good. But Jan Blachowicz is like, what, 40 freaking years old? He's nowhere near his physical prime, and this is the big issue with the light heavyweight division that I've talked about multiple times before, is that when guys get wins in the light heavyweight division, it's kind of hard to really get a good sense of how good they really are, because there's not that many fighters in the light heavyweight division. I think there's only like 34, 35 fighters. So that's like a lot of bottlenecking and a lot of fights, in my opinion, that you can't really get a good grasp on how good a fighter is because of that bottleneck matchup that there is in the light heavyweight division. Pretty much, there's just not enough competition in the light heavyweight division, in my opinion, compared to other divisions where they have significantly more fighters. So, yeah, I would say that this fight's a little bit of a toss-up. This is going to be a pretty tough matchup for both guys. Both guys are similar in age, 34, 35. They cannot afford to take any more losses in their careers. They need to start making some really strong strides to pretty much get into that title conversation. If we look at the numbers, I mean, it kind of looks like Carlos Ulberg does have Dominick Reyes beat in some of these statistics, like the significant strikes landed per minute. Obviously, Carlos Ulberg is almost reaching 7. That's pretty damn high. Takedown average, obviously Carlos Ulberg is beating him as well, and the takedown accuracy for Carlos Ulberg seems to be higher. Obviously, I think that Dominick Reyes has the more experience because he's been in the UFC for a lot longer, even though he had, a little bit of a layoff a couple of years ago. He came back, had a good run, had some good fights, but overall, I think that Dominick Reyes right now would have Carlos Ulberg beat in the aspect that he does have the better overall experience competing against the top guys in the light heavyweight division. So there's an obvious, advantage for both guys. Wouldn't really know who to pick for this fight, in my honest opinion. I mean, but let's just be honest, man. I would really love to see Dominick Reyes get the win here. I would really love for him, have a good comeback story, for him to pretty much have a freaking fairy tale of a career, for him to lose to Jon Jones, go on a significant losing streak, take a little bit of a hiatus, come back, go on a win streak, then beat one of the contenders or top contenders in the UFC light heavyweight division, that being Carlos Ulberg, in my honest opinion, would be a great stat line and a great storyline for his entire career. Who wouldn't want to see Dominick Reyes, come back, and fight for the title yet again? I think that's something that a lot of fans would love to see, including myself. I honestly do think and hope that, this is the truth. That this is the truth for Dominick Reyes, that he does get a win over Carlos Ulberg, because that would be incredible to witness, in my honest opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Who are you guys rooting for in this matchup? Carlos Ulberg is not an easy task at all. I think that for a majority of the people out there, they're probably going to be rooting for Carlos Ulberg because he is a safer pick. He is much more consistent with getting wins, and he does seem to have, the momentum right now in his career overall, because he hasn't taken any losses, any significant losses, and he's been looking pretty good. For Dominick Reyes, obviously, a lot of people are going to be taking a little bit of a gamble on him if they do pick him to pick this fight, just because of that little bit of a losing skid that he had a couple of years ago. But I think that we are now witnessing a new and improved Dominick Reyes that took the time to pretty much, kind of get his mental space together and to pretty much come back into the UFC and have better performances, to fight smarter, to be a little bit more aggressive, to take good opportunities in the octagon. I think that Dominick Reyes obviously is the more riskier pick, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Dominick Reyes to beat Carlos Ulberg, just because I just want that to be the storyline for this matchup. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. As always, it's a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.